Okay, here are the 3 things you need to guarantee your weight loss. First, we're gonna go and find a BMR calculator. So now what this does is it gives us how many calories we burn on average per day. So we'll go to the BMR calculator in Google, find one that works. They're all pretty much the same. So go ahead and click on one. This is the one that I'm gonna use. First, I'm gonna put in my age, then I'm gonna put in my height and my weight, and then my gender. So now this is how much I burn while I'm basically in a coma. Then you can go look at each stage and see kind of where you're at for a ballpark, okay? So once you're able to figure out exactly how many calories you burn on average per day, then we can go into figuring out how to calculate the calories that we intake every single day. And so there's a couple different platforms and apps, but the most common one is MyFitnessPal. So using MyFitnessPal, you can track your calories and make sure that you're in a caloric deficit. Now, the third thing would be is you'll need a food scale. So having a food scale is going to make it very simple and very accurate for you to weigh the foods and calculate your caloric intake. Now, if you don't have a food scale, I highly suggest that you spend a couple bucks on Amazon to go buy one. That is probably the most accurate way to weigh your food and calculate what's going into your body. Now let's go into just the basics. 3,500 calories burns 1 pound of fat. Now, if you want to lose 1 pound per week, you should put yourself in a 500 calorie deficit. So over the course of the week, you should burn 1 pound of fat. Now, just remember, if you start with a little bit more muscle mass, you are going to, on average, burn more calories per day. So everyone's results are going to be a little bit different. You're also likely going to lose some water weight when you first start dieting, and that is going to change your week 1, week 2, week 3. You might burn an extra 1 pound, an extra 2 pounds, and that's just a little bit of water weight that's coming off of your body. Now, I have a few tips to make the diet a little bit easier. And the first tip would be expect yourself to feel hungry. And now if you go into it with the expectation that you're going to feel hungry, then when you are hungry, you already told yourself that that was going to happen, because that's kind of just how weight loss works. The bigger the deficit, the hungrier you're gonna feel. The point of it is that you're trying to give yourself a heads up before you get into it, because you are going to be hungry. That's just gonna happen. That's how it's gonna feel. And tip number 2, you can use coffee or zero sugar drinks that have caffeine to help suppress your hunger. And you're probably going to need to have a few coffees, black coffees, or if you count the sugar and the cream or whatever it is that you put in your coffee, if you count those calories, each drink, caffeinated drink, is going to help with hunger suppression. Now, tip number 3, when you're dieting, try to use the exact same meals over and over and over again. And what that does is it cuts down on prep and variety of prep, and maybe using different containers and having to wash them and just making it more difficult for yourself. But if you use the same 2 to 3 meals every day going into your diet, it makes it easier to, you don't have to think about, oh, what am I gonna eat? The less you have to think about it, the better. Because all you gotta do is, I know what I'm eating today, and I know what I'm eating tomorrow, and I know what I'm eating next week. Now, tip number 4, to help you stay motivated, I would suggest on a regular basis, do watch a few success stories here and there. And when you're feeling low, that may motivate you or have a higher probability of staying motivated while you're on a fitness journey or a weight loss journey. Because when you watch other people succeed, especially when I do it, it kind of fires me up that, yeah, if they could do it, I can do it. I'm strong, I'm in control, and I can do it. And last tip, number 5, you don't have to go to the gym every day. All you have to do is move your body a bit more. So if you're a construction worker, or you walk a lot at work, you're a dog walker, or you do something active, you just have to fix your diet, and majority of the weight that you want to lose will come off through the calorie deficit. Now, if you have an inactive job like me, and you work in an office, or you work out of a truck, and you do a lot of sitting all day and they're long hours, just find a way to get 10,000 steps in. And you could putter around the house. That's moving. You can schedule a walk and actually go for a walk, but try to get 10,000 steps per day. And that's basically what you need to lose weight. But you have to stay strict, and you have to be honest with how you're counting your calories.